redo of a couple of tests that I did with the Trangia alcohol stove. The alcohol I was using was an old gallon can that was almost empty that I'd had for probably a year and a half, 2 years, that I'd used for cleaning for a previous business. So I think that it had absorbed a lot of moisture, and I'm sure I'd left it open on multiple occasions for quite long periods of time. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up to do the test with the pot on top. And I'm going to set it up in this position, let's see, with these smaller oblongular holes on the top. So that's like that, and then the alcohol stove fits tightly between those and fits right in like that. So I'll leave it something like that. I screwed this lid on tight because I watched some of Hiram Cook's videos, and he talks about how important it is to have your lid on tight, an airtight seal. So that's what I did. Okay, so let's let that come to a bloom. I'll go ahead and measure out my 2 cups of water. Okay, that's come to a full bloom now. And start. Okay, we've been running for 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's check on it and see where we're at. Okay, getting close. And this is at about 1.5 inches away from the pan. If you can see down in there a little bit, see the way it's set up. I can see the flame, but I don't think that you can. Maybe a little bit. There it is. When the breeze blows, you can see the flame. The breeze is actually blowing directly into this exhaust port. I'm actually going to just rotate the stove a little bit so that solid side here will block that breeze. Oh, I think we're boiling. Yep, just started boiling on the one side, and we're at 6:57. 7 minutes now, exactly, and that's a full boil. Go ahead and snuff that out, let everything cool down, and I'll come back and do another test. Okay, I've set up the firebox with the fire sticks in the very top position of the front and back panels, which gives me 1 inch of headspace. Here's 2 new cups of water, and start. Okay, so we're right there at 5 minutes. Seems to be running great. We'll just peek in real quick. Bubbles are forming, steam is starting to form. We're at 6:03. Ooh, that's really, really close. Okay, isolated boiling. Here it is at 7:02, 7:03. Not quite to the point to where the other one was. Okay, so about 7:25. But not a whole lot of difference. I think I would prefer the setup where the Trangia is actually being pinched between the fire sticks, really holding it tight. That's just so ideal for the Trangia. It just fits right in there nice and tight. Test I'm going to do with the 40-ounce stainless steel water bottle. I've got 2 cups of water measured out here that I'm going to go ahead and try to pour in here without spilling. Trying to film and do this at the same time is a little bit difficult. But I've got this set up. Oh, missed a little bit. Not very much though. Hard to tell what you're doing when you're watching yourself through a screen instead of real life. Okay, so I've got the Trangia set up on the floor of the firebox with the fire sticks through the center position of the side holes. So you've got the front and the back, the front being where the firebox emblem is, and the sides are the short sides. So in the center position, this is giving me 1 inch of headspace from the top of the Trangia to the bottom of the water bottle. Go. Slide that in. I have the Trangia set all the way towards the back, actually up against the back edge. I'm setting the top on top. It's not screwed on tight, it's just setting there. And I've got the water bottle set towards the back, so there's no gap here, and there's a bigger gap here. And I've got that wind damper completely closed, so that the heat will have to rise up in the back and flood towards around the water bottle and out the front. It is boiling in just isolated spots. That's real close. We're at 645. I'm not going to call that a full rolling boil, even though technically water was boiling. Okay, I think I'm going to call that a boil. And we're at 7 minutes just now. And that's definitely a boil. 1.5 inches of headspace between the top of the Trangia and the bottom of the cup. And I've got 2 new cups of water in my camping cup. I'll go ahead and slide that right towards the back. Let's see, let me push start. Start. You can hear the wind has picked up considerably. I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And let's come back to you when this is a little further along. Okay, we're at just past 7 minutes. And the water is starting to move a little bit. I don't think we can call that an actual boil yet. I think this actually started boiling. Yeah, we're boiling there. We're at 7:36. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take this off. I think I'm going to set up for one more test. Okay, for this last test of the day, I'm going to run the Trangia on the floor of the firebox with the fire sticks through the center position of the side selection of holes. And this time I'm going to use this great big stainless steel water bottle. I don't even remember how many ounces this thing is. This one's 40 ounces, and I don't remember what this was, and it doesn't have any markings on it at all. This is 2 cups of water. Once again, this could hold a whole lot more than that, but in the interest of consistency, we'll stick with the 2 cups. And I'll go ahead and restart my timer. I can hear that the Trangia has come to a bloom. And we'll start now. And this fits tightly into the firebox. A little too tight. There we go. I don't know if I'll be able to get that back out of there, especially when it's hot. Okay, and once again I'm just going to set the lid on top. I'm not going to thread it at all. And let's see how this one does. Now there are some camping cups, great big diameter camping cups. I've seen some that are a similar size to this that fit right into the firebox that could be used for different arrangements. So this would be a possibility, not just with this water bottle, but I believe there's probably some backpacking pots and whatnot that are a similar size that will fit kind of snugly into the firebox like this. I centered the Trangia in the bottom because it's not going to be forced towards one side or the other. Actually, the heat's going to be forced to each of the corners, and then we'll have to rise up out of the corners. 605, and bubbles are starting to form and start to think about rising, so this might be our fastest boil time. And that's boiling at 648. That's about 10 seconds. 10 seconds faster. Not a whole lot. 655, 657, and we're at a rip, snort, and boil.